Hello, everyone. I am Cass Butler back again for another segment of Chat with Cass. As I said, I was really going to try to implement a weekly video in regards to assisting small business owners, veterans, newbies, somewhere in between with the trials and tribulations that I myself have found myself going through, been through, and accomplished, or maybe presently involved in right now. Whether you have a brick and mortar or you work in a home office or an established office to someplace that you drive to, you will find that the majority of small business owners, when they begin, you are doing a lot of hands-on work. One, because you are the provider, you're the person who has the knowledge of, the experience in, and until you are able to receive capital or incoming flow of income, and then hire someone to which you need to train and then also make sure that they're able to carry on the day-to-day task as to which you would like them to, you're going to be very involved. And being very involved, you will find that you have more work to do than hours. And the best way that you're going to be able to get that accomplished each and every day is to utilize technology. If you personally do not have knowledge of technology, associate yourself with someone who does. You would be amazed at this younger generation. You can give a month-old baby, and I do mean month, 4, 5, 6 months baby, a cell phone, and they automatically know what to start doing. This generation, they're very advanced and knowledgeable of the things that older people may not be so familiar with. So if you do not necessarily have the skills, or your skill set is not on the level that you feel comfortable doing that, go talk to your child or your teenager or your grandchild. I will probably bet they know how to do it. Let me say it again. A customer is someone who pays for a service or product from your business. Until they pay, they're not a customer. Majority of the time, as a small business owner, your time is spent obliging, appeasing, responding, following up with someone who's not a customer. Get rid of that. It's wasted time. It just is. If you find that you have a lot of the same phone calls that ask the same questions, sit down, type it, do a brochure, put it on your social media page, put it on your website, what those questions are, include them in your FAQ section, frequently asked questions section, and delegate people to that section. If someone is too lazy to go find the answer that you're telling them where it is, maybe they don't need to be your customer. They're the ones that have this question. They might have to go look for it and get the answer. It is not logical that you're going to be able to take every phone call and walk someone through something every day. It's just not logical. So those things. I personally have on my website a package list of my prices. Yes, they are starting points. If you personally want Prince to fly in on a helicopter, and as the sky opens up with purple rain falling down out the sky, and he is serenading you to the song Purple Rain, that exact price is not listed on my website. Let's be honest. But it at least gives you a starting factor on my packages. Number one, it hasn't hurt me nor offended me if my starting package exceeds your budget. What is the difference between someone who is a prospective client seeing your packages on your website and realizing that what they were wanting from you is out of their price range? So I realize there's a generation, there are a lot of sales people, particularly normally in sales, that for whatever reason, I can always tell a salesperson or someone that has a sales background, because they're from the old school way of, we must meet face to face. We've got to sit down at the dinner table or at the conference table or at Starbucks and shake hands and have a drink, and you hear my stories and I laugh at you because why? Salespeople are trained that it is harder for someone to say no to your face. Well, guess what? I don't need to meet with you face to face if you're asking me to do something for you. That's a waste of my time. It just is. So unless you're selling a product where you need to demonstrate it to the person, there is no logical reason to waste your time with people having face-to-face lunches, dinners, meeting, coffee breaks, just to tell them your prices or go over what your business is. If you are afraid of having your starting prices listed, you may want to revisit that. Why? What is it about your prices that cannot be listed? The starting prices. I understand as a business owner, there are different scenarios and situations depending on what someone is wanting that can change that price. I'm not shopping at a store where everything I touch, I have to ask the salesperson, how much is this? How much is this? Do you have this in this size? I can't ever just look. That's wasting people time. So establish something and put your starting prices up. It at least eliminates a lot of the same repetitive phone calls. How much is? Another thing is your website. I did kind of touch on that. Invest in a website. Invest meaning do it. If you do not have $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 to have a professionally built, graphically designed, state-of-the-art website from day one, at least purchase the URL. Get the URL to your business. In case that's above someone's language, the URL is just the part that is after the www, before the .com, .biz, .edu. That part right there. Purchase that. At least you can then route a free template, and there's numerous free templates. You can go all over Google. After we're done, I will have some links at the bottom of this that you can have templates. If you have no knowledge whatsoever, but you know how to drag, copy, drop, paste, you can do a template. It's that simple. Everything else is already done for you. And you can then at least route your URL for me, www.thebutlerenterprises.com, to that template so that you now have a website. It's that simple. If it's just something that you don't have the personal funds to invest in, utilize your website. Let it be your business. Your website is a 24/7, never ask for time off, don't need a vacation, don't need a break employee. They're always working for you. Utilize it. That's technology. Put your information out there. Another thing that I would definitely, strongly, 100% recommend is email templates or autoresponders. At least if you see that you get a lot of emails, have something as an autoresponder generate at least one autoresponder that the message has been received, and to allow you however much time that you need to respond to the message. A lot of times when someone sends an email, they're not necessarily needing you to stop what you're doing, run to your computer right then, give me this answer right now. I need it right now. Stop. Life has ceased for you until I get this answer. You will find that if you are currently doing something else, you will be able to complete those tasks if you stay focused and stop trying to respond to every email immediately as they come in. That's what your autoresponder is for. Mine personally states 48 hours to allow me for a response. It does let them know that it has been received, but to allow for a response before you start, hey, did you get it? Hey, I called you. Hey, did you get that message? It just stops that, okay? Your greeting on your business line should be detailed. Now, not detailed to the point where it's a 5-minute outgoing greeting. No one's going to listen to that. However, if you press star, I believe star 7 on anyone's voice greeting, it takes you directly to the beat where you can leave the message. So that's just FYI, blatant knowledge that you may or may not need. But it should at least answer, who am I calling? the name of your business. How may I reach you? So if this is not the only method that I can get in contact with you, what else can I use? Do you have a website? You know, you might want to say if you need immediate assistance, you may visit our website at blah, 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 where you can find numerous things. If you don't have a website, visit our social media page at blah, blah, blah. You may also send a text message. If you're one of those people that you're currently busy because of hands-on, maybe you're a hairstylist or something of that nature where you can't necessarily answer the phone, you might want to let them know that there's alternate ways that they can communicate with you via text, something of that nature. It just keeps that repetitive same thing from happening day in and day out. Utilize it. We hit this earlier. Those people that want to do face-to-face meetings, web conferencing. Utilize it. I love it. There's numerous places. Anymeeting.com, GoToMeeting.com. You know, some people hate them. They feel like people are not listening. Well, you know what? There's a camera right here. Utilize it. Just about every cell phone that I can think of have some form of a camera on it. If you have web conferencing, you can turn the camera on and see what everyone's doing. So if it's of something of that important of nature that you want to make sure that they are not, I don't know, eating dinner at a restaurant and have you on mute and totally not even listening to what you're saying, then make sure everybody has a video conference. I'm not that particular. The majority of my phone calls immediately, definitely when I'm establishing a rapport and getting to know the client and seeing if I can benefit them or if I can be of service to them, is done via Skype, web conferencing, or telephone. Until we establish that I'm needed for you and I want to do your event, there's no reason for us to be face-to-face for a moment. There just isn't. It's wasted time. Anyone that doesn't agree with that, they're those people that are running around all day long chasing people and not producing any results. They just are. So I utilize it. I love it. I recommend it. And again, if you feel that your clients don't like it, you might want to ask them. You just might be shocked at how many people would prefer to meet via the telephone. Everyone is just as busy as you are. Not everyone wants to. Calendar, auto calendar. That's another thing. Utilize your calendar. If I set an appointment with a client, the first thing that I do while we are still on the phone together, I am going to my Google Calendar, sending them the date, time, location, all in one email. Google Calendar, you can then set it up to send them a reminder as well as yourself, however often you want to. A week before the meeting, 2 days before the meeting, 30 minutes before the meeting. So then therefore you're not finding that you have time wasted sitting, waiting for someone to log in for a meeting. And they're going, oh, you should have reminded me. I don't have time to remind you. You're over 10. You're an adult. Remind yourself. That's not my job. It isn't. That's not my job to remind you that we have a meeting. That's your job. So I put it in my calendar. It automatically sends them whatever I advise them to send them, a text, an email, an alert, a pop-up, whatever. That's that. I'm not going back to remind people that we have a meeting because we established it 2 months ago and they forgot. Not my job. Utilize technology. So I hope those things help you, and I hope that that's able to help you all. I really do. I hope that there's someone out there that is going, oh my gosh, I needed to hear that today. And maybe reevaluate what you're doing in your business and why at the end of the day your list was this long and at the end of the day is now this long. It grew instead of decreasing. So if you're finding that happens a lot, you're wasting time. I can tell you this. You're wasting time with people or doing items that are not producing results. I can tell you that. I don't have to even talk to you. I know this. That's what you're doing. You're wasting time. So if you're tired of wasting time and you're ready to start producing, utilize technology. Hey, hope you all enjoyed this. It's been Chat with Cass. Once again, I'm on social media. All of that together on Facebook, Chat with Cass. CASS. I also have a website. Feel free to email me Post, send anything you want to as in regards to what you think would be beneficial, information, questions, all that stuff that people are always asking me when they finally see me face to face and they try to pull me aside and go, girl, I've been wanting to know. That's where you post that at. If you've been wanting to know, send it to me. Hope to talk to y'all next week. Once again, Chat with Cass. Peace.